We are pleased to offer this online program across the faith. As Unitarian Universalists, we believe there's a universality of spiritual wisdom. Words and deeds of prophetic women and men of all faiths encourage us to confront powers and structures of evil with justice, compassion, and transforming love. We invite you to be inspired by the kaleidoscope of interfaith leaders sharing their personal thoughts. We welcome these faith guests, and we welcome you to join in this spiritual exploration.
When I think of triumph of the Spirit, one of the greatest examples I can give is that of my time in New Jersey. I came to New Jersey in 2013 on what I thought was a volunteer assignment that would last 10 months. I had agreed to serve as an AmeriCorps volunteer with Habitat for Humanity after Hurricane Sandy, and my position was to expire in 10 months. And when I first came to New Jersey, I was eager to get back home. You see, I had left my family and friends and everything that I knew. And so I was crossing the days off the calendar, trying to encourage myself towards the day that I could go back home. Well, as God's Spirit would have it, my life didn't go back to normal. You see, during the process, during the 10 months of me working with Habitat for Humanity, I also got involved with the church. I started doing youth programs, and I served as the youth minister at a local church. I was licensed to preach there, and my life changed ever since. And in those moments, when I was approaching licensure and just me yielding to the fact that I wasn't going back to Alabama, I remember saying to God, your will, your way. Whatever you want me to do, I'll do. Wherever you want me to go, I'll go. And so in those tough moments, I could not go back on my word. And so I said, yes, Lord, I will yield to what you will have for me, even though I didn't know what was in store. But time after time, year after year, experience after experience, opportunity after opportunity, God's Spirit has done some amazing things in my life. Have allowed me to see some places that I never would have imagined being able to see. Has allowed me to do some impactful work that I am so grateful for. So when I think of triumph of the Spirit, it is when we, the humans, the flesh, the worrisome people, when we let go of all that we know and hold dear, and this trust that our Creator, our Maker, our God is going to guide us along the right path for the success that He has for us. The triumph of the Spirit is really the surrender of the flesh. And for a lot of people, myself included, that is a hard transition to make. But as somebody who has gone to the other side and knows what it's like to fully surrender and submit, I tell you that your life gets better when you let go and when you fully let the Spirit triumph in your life. Peace, love, and greater blessings. I'm Kerwin Webb. Hope to talk soon.
In the hope for the future, hope. That's the triumph. And these are triumphs of the Spirit. Hug-a-mug-a-joy.
Triumph of the Spirit. I'm walking in a desert. I'm walking alone.
The triumph of the Spirit.
I see nothing in front of me but the horizon and blue sky. I'm joined by a Cherokee, who's one of the people who ran the newspaper before they were sent on their journey on the Trail of Tears. I'm joined by a Japanese internee who started a school and an orchestra inside the internment camp. I'm joined by a Lebanese family who, in their fallout shelter, had musicians and ping pong tables and television sets because they never knew when the war was going to end. I'm joined by the Palestinian children living in Jabalia refugee camp when the Israeli missiles come in. I am joined by the Iraqis who, even amidst an invasion, can find time to make music, have weddings, and sing songs. These are the spirits that accompany me in the walk in the desert. The spirit of my grandmother crawling through the brush, trying to buy food for her children during the famine. I am joined by the spirit of my grandfather on a boat in Brazil, trading rubber with the natives. I am joined by the spirit of my ancestors who broke through all the obstacles to put me here. This is the triumph of the spirit that I follow, and this is the triumph of the spirit I want to become.
It is peace. It is the love of peace. It is the love of beautiful things and the inner beauty of things. Triumph of the spirit is poetry.
My very gear is a shield against pointed projections. I love as many dead men as I do living. Triumph, my spirit. Trumpet, my soul. I meet myself and say, goodbye, self. Let me find spirit and triumph. Let me be spirit and triumph. My grandparents were displaced from the land of their bones and souls, which are trees, which bulldozers still raise. So raise up my spirit. Ah, yes. This is what the phoenix does. Molt, smoke, moth, combust, bust out, outdo, die again and again. This is the triumph of my spirit.
Violence, antagonism, conflict prevails, even within ourselves.
The triumph of the spirit is heart. The knowing, the ability, the consciousness to know what is right and what is wrong. It is not so much a human thing, but it is a human thing. It is a human thing because we are human and we're on this planet and we're trying to rise above ourselves and transcend, get to a place that is magic, that is full of mystery.